Students, today we'll be solving the first problem of the lap windings. Draw the developed winding diagram with the following data. Number of armature conductors equal to 30, number of poles equal to 4, type of winding is double layer simplex progressive lap. So what are the calculations you have to do here? First you have to calculate the back pitch YB, that is equal to Z by P plus or minus K, such that it should be an odd integer always. So number of conductors is 30, number of poles is 4. So 30 by 4 I'm getting 7.5. Choose a value of k such that YB should be odd. So I'll choose 7.5 minus zero point 0.5. It will become 7. It is an odd number. Then find YF. YF is the front pitch. It is for a simplex winding, it is YB plus or minus 2. Plus is for retrogressive, minus is for progressive. As it is a progressive lap winding, so you have to choose minus. 7 minus 2 is 5. So I'm getting YB as 7, YF as 5. Number of commutator segments is equal to number of coils. That is nothing but number of conductors divided by 2, 30 by 2, 15. Step 3. Number of brushes equal to number of poles, that is equal to 4 in case of lap winding. Brush width is equal to 1 segment width because it is a simplex winding. Now we'll draw the winding table. Now we'll draw the winding table for Z number of conductors 30, number of poles 4, YB is 7, YF is 5, and type of winding is simplex progressive lap winding. So as we have done in the class, first you have to start with first conductor plus YB, 1 plus 7 8, minus YF, 8 minus 5 3, 3 plus 7 10, 10 minus 5 5, and so on till you get back the first conductor. This is the winding table. Okay. Now we'll see how to draw the winding diagram using the AutoCAD software. So go to your system. In the desktop, you have your AutoCAD. Double click on your AutoCAD. It is a trial version, so you keep it as try. If you have a full version, no problem. You'll get the front sheet of the AutoCAD. It is asking something server connection unavailable. You can close it. So if I don't want grid, click on this grid. Grid will go. Select the ortho, OSNAP and OTrack. The first basic commands what you should do is, what are the first steps? AutoCAD icon. We got the AutoCAD application. You have to specify the units, limits and zoom all. Now go to the units. In the command, click in the command and type units in the command bar. Units, it is asking units. Length, it is decimal. Precision 0. Decimal degrees angle, precision 0. Insertion scale, you take it as mm. Lighting units, international. Press OK. Now we have set the units. First step is over. We have set the units. Next, you have to specify the limits. Go to the command toolbar. Type limits. Press enter. Specify the lower left corner. Lower left corner will be 0, 0. 0, 0. Enter. Upper right corner, as I told you in the class, we have to choose the A4 size paper. So it is, as it is in mm 297, 210. 297, 210, press enter. Now we have set to the lower left corner 00, upper right corner 297, 210. Now I am selecting a A4 size paper. Okay. Then zoom all. So here specify the limits. To draw and take the printout in A4 size paper. Zoom all. Go to the software. In the command, press Z, enter. What I want to zoom. It is asking all, center, dynamic, extents, previous, scale, window, objects. So I want to zoom all. So A, enter. Z, enter, A, enter. We have zoomed all the A4 size paper which is visible here. Now we have to draw 30 conductors. As we have 30 conductors, we have to draw the 30 conductors. 30 conductors you have to draw. Already we have selected here AutoCAD Classic, that already I told you. Workspace switching. Initially you have to select AutoCAD Classic, already it is selected. Now what you have to do? You have to select Ortho, OSNAP and OTrack to draw the vertical and horizontal lines. Ortho should be switched on. So these are the properties by layer. This is for color of the line. This is for type of the line. This is for weight of the line. Okay. Now I'll take the line. This is the line command, or I can also go to draw line, or directly in the drawing toolbar I can take line. Select the line, drag your cursor downwards and type 5 on the keyboard. So you can see in the command toolbar, specify the next point, 5, enter. You can press enter and press escape, or again you can press enter. Two times you can press enter or press escape so that the command will go. This is the line of 5 mm. Now zoom it. Use the scroll option of your keyboard. Zoom it. Use the pan. The hand symbol is pan. You bring it down. Again you can zoom it. Okay. Press the escape button. Now I have drawn a line of vertical line of 5 mm. This is the first top conductor. Next I have to draw a bottom conductor. After 1 mm, the distance between the conductor should be 1 mm. After 1 mm, I should draw another vertical line. So take a line. See here, as I have switched on the O track, tracking is there. It will show the end point, that is a square. Click on that. Next point, you take it to the horizontal left side, right side. Type 1 in the keyboard and press enter. So you got a 5 mm, 1 mm horizontal line. Now the next conductor should be a dotted conductor. So this is for color. This is for type of the line. Go to others. Go to load. Select the file ACAD ISO. Open the file. In this you select JIS underscore 02 underscore 0.7. Okay. You can select any dotted line that is left to you. See that line has appeared here. Press OK. Now you can see here. It is showing here. Select this line. In the line type you select this line. Again go to the draw line. Click on the endpoint of the horizontal 1 mm line. Draw a vertical line of 5 mm again. Type 5 in the keyboard, press enter, escape. See, now I've got two lines. First line is 5 mm dark line, second line is 5 mm dotted line. Top conductor, dotted conductor. Now select this horizontal line, press the delete button in the keyboard. So I have got two conductors. One is the top conductor, another is the dotted conductor. Now I have to go for an array. I want 30 conductors. So what I should do? I should draw 30 conductors. So I'll go for the array. Here you can type this array. You'll get an array here. Or you can take array rect also you can select. You can select just an array. It will ask select objects. See the command word. Whatever you select, you see the command word, all everything will be displayed here. Select these two objects. Select two objects and press enter. It is asking enter the type of the array, whether rectangular, path, polar, what array you want. I want rectangular. So press R enter. First letter will be the keyword. Press R enter. It is asking specify the opposite corner for number of items or base point, angle or count. I want the count. So press C, enter. Now it is asking how many rows are required. I want only one row. So 1, enter. How many columns are required? I want 15 columns. Totally I want 30 horizontally. That is column wise I want the array, rectangular array. So I want 15 pairs of dark and dotted. 15 pairs means I'll get 30. 15, enter. Now it is asking the spacing. Yes, center. What is the spacing? You have to give 2 mm because first dark and dotted conductor the distance is 1 mm. Again after 1 mm next dark should come. So you have to give 1 plus 1 2. 2 enter. Now you will get the array. This is the array. Okay, you are getting the array of 30 conductors. Okay, two conductors are there. One row, 15 columns. The space is from here to here it is 2. So spacing should be 2. After 2 mm, this pair should be repeated again and again. That is the meaning. Okay. Now I have made the array. After making the array, I have to number the conductors. 30 conductors should be numbered. For numbering, what I'll do, go to draw, text, select single line text. See here, it is asking specify the start point of the text. See the command toolbar, specify the start point of the text. Click here beside the first conductor. It is asking height. Height you can give 0.3. Approximately I'll give 0.3, enter. Rotation angle 0, enter. See, now you can see here, observe here. Use the space bar, and do the numbering. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26. Use the space bar and number only the dotted conductors, that is even. 28, last one is 30. Then click outside and press the escape button. Okay, now you have got the numbers. Suppose you are not getting the numbers, it is very small, then you can select the numbers again. You can right click and go for the scale option. You can click the scale option, it will ask select base point, select any point here in that line, and scale factor you can increase. You can make it 1, you can make it 0.5, 0.6, so that these are visible clearly. If it is not aligned properly, you can use spacebar and align properly. Okay, so these are the numbers. Just if you double click, you can select this. Again, if you want any changes, you can do that. 20, I want this side little bit. Now it is okay. I have numbered all the conductors. I numbered the 30 conductors. After numbering the 30 conductors, what I should do? Next step is I have to draw the first YB connection and YF connection according to the winding table. According to my winding table for this, it is first YB connection is, see the winding table, 1 is connected to 8. First YF connection is 8 is connected to 3. Okay, 1 plus YB, 1 plus 7, 8 minus YF, 8 minus 5, 3. Okay, so here you have to switch between the dark and dotted lines. Here I am going to enable the polar. See here, ortho I'll remove, I'll click on polar. Now OSNAP and OTrack will be as it is. Instead of ortho, I'll do polar. Right click on this polar from your mouse, go to settings and ensure that your incremental angle, polar tracking is on, increment angle should be 45 degree. If it is 45 degree, no problem. If it is not 45 degree, you make this as 45 degree and press OK. Okay. Now from here to here, it is a dark line. So go to line, draw line, end point of the first conductor. See, it is showing 45 degree dotted lines there. So draw a big line of, so here it is a dotted line. So change this to bilayer. You have to switch between dark and dotted. Change it to bilayer. Go for a dark line from here at an angle of 45 degrees. See, it is showing 45 degree. It will show 90 degree, 90 plus 45, 180 plus 45, like this. 45 degree angles it will show. Now 45 degree, leave it here. Now change it to dotted line. So 1 is connected to 8. From 8 I should connect a dotted line. Draw line, go to 8, end point of 8. So here 45 degree angle it is showing. Draw a line. So it is intersecting this line. Correct? Next, from 8 it should be connected to 5. Again it is a dotted line. Select line from 8 at an angle of 45 degrees here. Draw a line. Now change the line type to dark bilayer. Select this from 3 at an angle of 45 degree. Draw a line. Now these extra portions you have to trim or you have to remove these extra portions. See, in the modified toolbar you have something called as trim. You bring the cursor, it will show what is the modification toolbar. I'll come here, it is trim. Select this trim option. Once you select this trim option, this line I want to trim. Beside this line, you right click on the mouse. Right click on the mouse. Whichever you want to trim, select that and left click on the mouse. Similarly, left click, select this and left click the mouse. Okay. Again, I'll repeat. I want to trim this portion. Select the trim option. Beside this line, you do the right click in your mouse. Select this line and do the left click on your mouse. Okay. Now press the escape button. So first connection is done. Correct. Now this I have to do it as an array now. Correct. I have to do it as an array. And this side also I want. Different options are there. You can do it as an array or you can just select this and place. How to select and paste, I'll tell you. You can select this two lines, right click on this, go for the copy selection. It will ask the base point, copy selection base point. Select this as the base point. I've selected both the lines. I am using copy selection. Base point, I'll use this point. Click on that. It will ask specify the second point. Just drag it. Second point is this. Again, you drag it and click here. drag it and click here. Understood, no? Similarly, you can do for all the connections, or you can also go for the array option. Same ways here, observe very carefully. I'll select these two, right click, go for copy selection. It will ask specify the base point. See the command toolbar, specify base point. Select this as the base point. Specify the second point. Drag and click here. Again you click it here. Again you click it here. Press escape. So this is how you can do. One more option is array. Same connection, how many times I want. This is the connection. This connection should be repeated here again and again. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, totally 15 connections I want. So there you can do an array, or you can do the copy selection and dragging also you can do. You can go for an array, select objects. You select these two objects. Okay. Once you select these two objects, press enter. It will ask what type of array. It is rectangular. So R enter. I want count. C enter. Number of rows 1 enter. Number of columns 15 enter. Now I have to go for the spacing. Yes enter. Spacing is 2 mm. So 2 enter. Press the escape button. Understood? This is how you can make an array. Similarly for this also I can make an array. How many I want you have to cross check. Here I'll get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Including this, it is 14. So I have to go for 14. Go for array. Select these objects. Press enter. Type of the array is rectangular. R enter. Count C enter. Number of rows 1 enter. Number of columns 14 enter. For spacing S enter. Distance is 2 enter. These are the connections how I am getting here. After this, what you have to do? You have to number the remaining conductors by seeing the winding table. This, these two, and these two. By seeing the winding table. What is connected to 2 in YB? What is connected to 4 in YB? So see the winding table. YB connection. See 25 is connected to 2. 27 is connected to 4. 29 is connected to 6. So 25, 27, 29. I have to number that. So you have to number the remaining conductors. 25, 27, 9, 2, 4, 6. This numbering you have to do. So again go for draw, text, single line text. Click here, start point. Height of the text, here also I'll take 0.3, enter. Height, rotation angle is 0, enter. So this is what, how much? 25. So 25, 25, 25. You click here, 27. You click here, 29. Click below this 2. Click here 4. Click here 6. Again here it is 27, 29, 2 and 4. Press the escape button. If you can drag it and bring it down. 2, 4, 6. So now I have numbered all the remaining conductors. So what is the next step? I have to do the pole placement. For the pole placement, I have to find out the pole pitch tau. Tau equal to Z by P into distance between the conductors. Distance between the conductors, I have taken it as 1 mm. So my pole pitch will be 30 by 4 Z by P into 1. 7.5 is the pole pitch. So 70% of the pole pitch will be the main pole. That is zero point 0.7 into 7.5. I'll get it as 5.25. And 15% is the clearance on both the sides. That is interpolar region. This side 0.15, this side 0.15. So 0.15 into tau is 1.125. So here using the AutoCAD, draw a rectangle of zero point 0.7 tau, that is 5.25 length rectangle. Width you take it as 3. Height of the conductor is 5. So leave 1 mm at the top, 1 mm at the bottom. So 3 mm you take. So draw a rectangle of 5.25 by 3. How to draw the rectangle? And from the midpoint, draw a line of 0.15 tau, that is 1.125. I'll tell you how to draw. See here, go to the drawing toolbar, select the rectangle. If you select the rectangle, in the command it will ask the first corner. Click anywhere, select the first corner, click. Next it is asking, specify the other corner point or area, dimension or rotation. I want dimension because I know the dimensions. So D, enter. It is asking length. Length is how much? 5.25. Zero point 0.7 tau. 5.25, enter. See the command toolbar. 5.25 I typed, enter. What is the width it is asking? I should enter 3. 3, enter. See, now I've got a rectangle of 5.25 by 3. Click here. Okay, this is my rectangle. Next, take another line from the midpoint of the this corner of the rectangle. Midpoint means it will show a triangle. End point means it will show square. Midpoint it will show a triangle. From there, click on that. Towards the left side, how much is the distance? Type 1.125. Press enter. Press escape. So I have drawn a rectangle of 5.25 by 3, and from the midpoint of this side I have drawn a line of 1.125, that is 0.15 tau. Now select this entire thing, this and this. Right click on this, select the move option. Move or copy selection, whatever you want to do, you can do. Move option you select. It will ask select the base point. Select this base point. End of this, starting of this 1.125 mm line. Click on that. Second point will be the midpoint of the first conductor. See here, midpoint of first conductor means triangle on the first conductor. Click on that. Now I have moved it here. Now this horizontal line is not required. Click on that. Press delete. So now how many such poles I want? 4 poles. So I'll go for a rectangular array. 4 poles. What is the spacing between the poles? Tau, that is 7.5, 7.5, 7.5. 1.125 here, 5.525 and 1.125. It will stop here. Again 1.125, 5.25, 1.125. So my spacing will be tau. So go for the rectangular array. Again type array, select the array, select objects, select only this rectangle. Press enter. What type of array? Rectangular. R, enter. Count, C, enter. How many rows? 1. 1, enter. How many columns? 4. 4, enter. Spacing, yes, enter. What is the spacing? 7.5. So it is 7.5, enter. Now I'll get 4 poles. Press escape button or enter button. You got the 4 poles. North, south, north, south. See here. So now type NS, NS. Go to the Draw text, single line text. Start point, click here somewhere. Height, now you can give more. Instead of zero point 0.3 and all, you give 1. Better. Oh, 1 you can give. We'll check 1, enter. Rotation angle 0, enter. Yes. Now drag this. Switch on the caps on in your keyboard. Type N. Type S. Type N. Type yes. Press the escape or enter button. Now we have placed the poles, north and south pole. Pole placement is done. Next step, after pole placement, you have to write the direction of rotation and you have to mark the direction of the poles within the poles. As it is a generator, it is not mentioned in the problem, so I'll assume it is a generator. So it is in the anti-clockwise direction, under north pole downward, under south pole upward. So in the drawing toolbar, you have line, you have construction line, you have polyline. Select the polyline option. Click on the polyline. Click above the YB connections. Click here. Specify the start point. See the command word. Specify the start point. Command toolbar. Click. It is asking specify the next point or arc, half width, length, undo width. You select half width. H enter. Starting width. You can give starting width as zero point 0.3. Enter. Ending width 0. Enter. Let's drag this like this and click here. Press the escape button. Understood? So this is the half width. Select the polyline. Okay. Click somewhere, start point. Specify the next point it is asking. Or arc, half width, length, undo width. It is half width. So H enter. H enter. Starting width it is asking. So I'll give it as just zero point 0.2. Enter. Ending width 0. Enter. Now what I'll do, I'll drag the cursor downward and leave it. See, I'll getting a downward arrow. This is for between the poles. Same thing, what you can do is you can select this, copy selection, select here and move it here. This again you select this, right click, rotate. Select this base point. It is asking the rotation angle. So you can give it as 180. I'm rotating by 180. So I'll get an upward arrow. These arrows are to place within the poles. Here what you have to do, switch on the ortho here. I don't want slanted line, I want straight line. Switch on the ortho in the grid properties. Select the line. From here, draw a line. Over. Now, select this. Downward arrows. Click on this. Copy selection. Base point, you select the midpoint above and place at the midpoint. See, I'm getting the triangle midpoint within the north pole for all the conductors which are within the north poles. This completes the north pole. Press escape button. Select the upward arrow, small upward arrow. Right click, go for copy selection. Select the base point, bottom, place at the midpoint of the conductors which are within the south poles. Over. So this arrows, you can retain it here for the sequence diagram. You can retain it like this. Then no need to create an arrow again using polyline. Now here I have to type direction of rotation. Go for text, draw, text, single line text. Click above this line here. Height it is asking specify. You can give 1, enter. Rotation angle 0, enter. So here you can type direction of rotation. Click outside and press enter or press escape. So done. Now we have done the conductors, YB, YF connections, numbering the conductors, placing the poles, direction of arrows, everything we have done. Now next one is the commutator segments. Okay. So here we have to place 15 commutator segments. This 14, 15 is repeated here. Totally I'll get 17 commutator segments. So 1 to 15, these two will be closed. So 14, 15 is repeated here. So totally 17 commutator segments. So draw a rectangle of 2 by 1. Okay. 2 by 1 you draw a line of 0.5 mm at the center. So go for the rectangle, click somewhere here, select the dimensions, D, enter, length of the rectangle 2, enter, width of the rectangle 1, enter. I'm getting the rectangle. So go for the line, midpoint of the top side of the rectangle. From there, take your cursor upward and type 0.5, enter. So this you select. Okay. Go for move option. Select this as the base point and place it at the first connection. There is a gap, so I have not placed it properly. So again I'll select this, move option, select the base point and exactly place it at the, now I want 17. So one more option is there for this, what I told you. You can go for copy selection and keep on placing like this. It may take time. So better I'll go for the array. For array, select objects, select these two objects you select, press enter, select rectangular array, R, enter, count, C, enter, number of rows 1, enter, number of columns 17, enter, spacing, S, enter, distance is 2, spacing is 2, 2, enter. So I'm getting all the, so I got all the commutator segments. Now I have to number them. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and all from 14 to 15. So again go to draw, text, single line text, select here, height you take it as 0.3, enter, rotation angle 0, enter. What you'll do, use the space bar, 14, 15, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Press escape. Place all the commutator segments. Now next portion is placement of the brushes. How to place the brushes? Brushes are placed at the center of the poles. Okay, center of the poles you have to place the brushes. For the brushes also it is 1 segment width. What is the width of the segment? 2 by 1. Brush width also will be 2 by 1. Okay. So again go for a rectangle. Click here, dimension D, enter, length is 2, enter, width is 1, enter. Draw a rectangle of 2 by 1. Now take a line. Go for the first pole, north pole. See the midpoint. See, I'm getting the midpoint here, correct? Midpoint is a triangle. From there, draw a reference line. Similarly, from the second south pole midpoint, draw a reference line. From the third pole midpoint, draw a reference line. From the fourth pole midpoint, draw a reference line. Okay. Now select this. Go for the copy selection. Select this as the base point. Place it exactly at the center. X mark it is showing. See the X mark. Place it. Now what you are going to do? Select this vertical lines, reference lines, and delete them. Because I wanted the center of the pole, so I used that for the reference. Now select that and press the delete button. Now under the north pole, I told you for progressive lap and retrogressive wave under north pole it is positive. So it is a progressive lap under north pole it is positive. Again go for draw text, single line text. Select here. Height you give it as 0.5, enter. Width 0, enter. So click here, it is positive. Negative, positive. Again I'll have here one positive and one negative. So we'll see how to do. Now delete this. Now plus and minus. Slightly overlapping. What I'll do is I'll delete this. I'll delete this. Again I'll cross check because here it is positive. Okay. Now positive and positive should be connected to positive, negative and negative should be connected to negative. Select this. Connected to positive. So you are getting a slanted line. So what you have to do here is select this, take a line outside this, so that here you can go for trim option. You can remove the extra portion. Right click and left click on the portion. So this is for positive. Similarly, we have to do for negative. Okay. For negative, how will you do? Select this, delete this, extend this. Now you can trim. Right click, left click. So this is the positive and negative. Negative, you can move it downward. Positive, slightly downward. Okay, this is your positive and negative. If you want, you can do a arc here and remove these portions. For that, you can go for a circle. Relax, specify the center of the circle. You can give like this. Diameter, small circle, you can draw like this. Bring a big circle, just delete it. Or you can also go for an arc, 3 point arc. You should go 1 point here, 1 point here. You have to select and draw an arc. Or you can leave it as it is. If you go for a circle, 3 point circle, you have to 3P. You have to type 3P. Enter. It's asking first point. Select somewhere here. First point. Second point on this line. Third point on this line. If you get like this, then you have to scale it down and you have to delete. Instead of the better, you can leave it as it is, not a problem. Now, what is the next step? This completes the winding diagram. Now we have to draw the sequence diagram. So for that, you have to draw 31 conductors of 3 mm length with a spacing of 1 mm between them. So here 3 mm lines better. So here you can draw a line of 3 mm. Okay. The spacing between them should be 1 mm. See here. 1 mm, 31 conductors you are going to draw. Go for an array. Select objects. Enter. Rectangular array, enter. Count, enter. Number of rows, 1, enter. Columns, 31, enter. Go for the array option. Select the object, press enter. Type of array, rectangular, R, enter. C, count, enter. Number of rows, 1, enter. Number of columns is 31, enter. Spacing, yes, enter. 1, enter. So we have drawn the 31 conductors. You have to draw the connections here, top and bottom. Take this top connection, then you have the bottom connection. You can do the connections, or for this also you can make the array. How many connections you want? So much array. The distance will be 2. How many connections you want? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So 15 connections at the top. So array, select object, select this, press enter. Rectangular array, enter. Count, C, enter. Number of rows, 1, enter. Number of columns, 15, enter. Spacing, yes, enter. 2. 2 is the spacing. I've got all the, only for bottom, how many I want. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Here also I want 15, so I can go for 15. You can do parallelly by selecting top and bottom both. At test time, one array you can do. Select objects, enter, rectangular, R enter, count C enter, number of rows 1 enter, number of columns 15 enter, spacing S enter, 2 enter. This is, we'll undo this again. I'll do the array command. Array, select objects, press enter, rectangular, R enter, count C enter, number of rows 1 enter, number of columns 15 enter, spacing S enter, spacing is 2, 2 enter. Okay, we got. Now we have to number this again. Here numbering is done according to the winding table. According to the winding table, you are going to do the numbering. Where is my winding table? See the winding table and do the numbering. See 1, 8, 3, 10, 5, and so on. This numbering should be done. Go to draw text, single line text. Height is you can take 0.2. Angle is 0, enter. Here you are going to do the numbering. 1, 8, 3. Like this you have to do the numbering. 1, 8, 3, 10, 5, 12, 7. 10, 5, 12, 7, 14, 9, 16, 11. 13, 20, 15, 22, 22, 17, 24, 19, 2, 27, 4, 29, 6, 1. So this is how we are numbering. Accordingly, you can do the scaling here. Select on this, right click on this, go for scale, select the base point. It will ask the scale factor. Scale factor you can give it as 0.5, enter. No. 0.5 means it is reducing. So what I should do? Again I should go to scale, select the base point. Scale factor, I'll give it as 1, enter. So it's not coming. Again, you have to increase. Go to scale, select the base point. Scale factor, will give it as 2. See, 2. So again, increase more. Right click. This is trial and error. Again, select this. I'll give 3. 3 is more. So I'll slightly reduce it. It's increasing. So you have to reduce. This is trial and error. You can reduce that. Keep it 0.5, enter. Now see, just adjust this. Go for the scaling. I think this is enough, 1.5. So now you can adjust. And 12, 7, 14, 9 and 16, 11 and 18, 13 and 20, 18 and 22, 17 and 24, 19 and 26, 21, 28, 23, 30, 25, 2, 27, 4, 9, 6 and 1. Now we have done the. For this you should have a little bit patience, then you can cross check. Are you able to see now? So now what I should do? Whichever conductors are within the poles, you give the downward direction. For north pole, take the downward arrow, copy selection, select it. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. Okay. Next north pole, 18 to 22. 18 to 22. 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Next come for the upward arrow under the south pole. Copy selection, select the base point under the first south pole. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 10, 11, 12, 13 and 14. Under the second south pole, 25 to 29. 25, 26, 27, 28 and 29. Correct. So within the poles, whatever is there, we have placed. So now remaining you have to do, correct? See here, number all the conductors according to winding table, mark the brushes A, B, C, give the direction of all the conductors within the poles you have done, mark the brushes A, B, C, D. Approximately A, B, C, D you have to mark. We can give the names here, draw text, single line text, give the height as 1 enter, 0 enter, B, A, B, C and D. B. So A, B, C, D are the poles. Now you draw the poles. So A is coming under which connection, which is within the conductor. See, you draw a line here, this outside, this is within the conductor, within the brush 3 to 8. 3 to 8 is A. 3 to 8, draw a line, switch on the ortho, draw a line from 3 to 8. Approximately let it be 2. Okay, this is A. Positive brush A. Next, negative brush B. This for 9 connected to 14. 9 connected to 14. 2 line. It is B. B. Then C. Positive brush C is for 18 connected to 17 connected to 22. C. Then D. D is for 25 connected to 13. This is D. Okay, so this is the sequence diagram. See here, plus minus plus minus. Plus plus, these two are minus. Copy selection, minus minus. Okay, so now the remaining conductors you're going to mark. See here how I have marked here. Remaining conductors I'm marking using different colors. Down, up, down, up. If you want to change, you can change the colors or you can use the same colors for your convenience. Alternate up and down. See, it is down. So what this should be? It should be up. Correct. So take this copy selection, select the base point, up. One is up. So here also one should be up. Next one should be down. Down, down, up, down, up, down. This is up. So this will also be up because it is a brush. So positive brush downward, negative brush upward. So up, copy selection, up. So negative brush both are upwards, positive brush both are downwards. Remaining alternate up and down. This is up, so this should be down. Down. So positive brush downwards. Here it is down, so next one should be up. Up. This is also up. This is down. Down. This is also down. So what is this? This is the sequence diagram. Go draw text, single line text. Height you can select as 2, enter, 0, enter. Or you can reduce this, you can scale it. And reduce the scale factor for this. This is sequence diagram. This completes our in the layout. If you want, see, it will be visible. You can layout 1, layout 2. If you observe, you will get this. You can take the print directly. This is the model. This completes our lap winding problem, progressive lap winding. See, entire problem has been completed. Okay, now we have to save this. Go to File, AutoCAD symbol, save as AutoCAD drawing. Name you have to give. Progressive problem number 1. Save it. Okay. So this completes the problem. Everyone has understood how to do this?